People, happy Thursday. This mama has been busy today. I got to tell y'all, if you have an opportunity to fill your cup and help someone, go for it. Because at the end of the day, we are put on this earth. Oh my God, I got a Hulk in the kitchen today. Say hi to your beautiful people. Hi. Say hi, everyone. Oh, look, Whitney's joined us. Dylan's joined us. Hi there, folks. So, please, for those of you that like watching our cooking videos, I am live here in 2 places, so I'm going to be bouncing around. Turn on your notifications so that you don't miss us making all these yummy, yummy keto meals. Honey, I'm going to need you to back up now because I got the stove on. Thank you. So today we are coming to you live from my kitchen. I am going to be finally breaking my fast because I've been out and about, been getting my cup filled, helping others. And now the kids are asking me for some food. This mama's hungry, ready to eat, and we are going to just get cooking. So we are going to be making some carnita and egg sandwiches. We are going to be loading these bad boys with some veggies just to help those kids get that fiber. And we're also going to be making our own homemade keto bread. Now, for those of you like myself that started this journey a couple years back, we all know that there was no such thing as those keto breads that you see out there nowadays. And we kept it simple. We kept it clean, and we got creative, folks. So even now, with all of those bread companies, not harping on them, but all of those bread companies coming out with all of these low carb breads, no carb breads, I don't know about y'all, but I can never seem to find them, ever. If I don't order it online, I'm not finding it. So I have stuck to my tried and true way of just making my own keto bread at home. So on this pan, we have some carnitas. We're just frying it up in a little bit of its own fat. We're not adding any oil or butter to it. We're just going to go ahead and let that get nice and hot, get a nice little fry on it. Okay. And while that's going, we are going to start cutting up our veggies. So today for the kiddos, I'm going to be putting in, and I'm going to say this quietly, okay? I'm going to be adding some Brussels sprouts. So for those of you that don't know and don't like Brussels sprouts, these are essentially like a mini cabbage. If you can sprinkle them into any of your food, I highly recommend it because they're super tasty, they're super fiber filled, and I mean, come on, who doesn't like a crunchy Brussels? I'm for it. I'm here for it. And then we're also going to be adding some bell pepper. So I always try to add at least 2 veggies to my meals just to help. I mean, why not? You got to get those veggies in where you can. And my kids have slowly but surely been able to adapt to incorporating all that veggie into their foods. Well, I don't know about Jackson, but that's a work in progress. We'll get there. Okay, so I'm just going to grab these Brussels. I've already pre-washed them. I'm just peeling off the first couple leaves on there, and then I'm chopping off the ends. Okay, so this is what your Brussels will look like when you're done. I got the bottom here, and here's the piece that I cut off. Okay, for those of you at home there. All right, and then essentially, once I do that, I'm just going to peel them real quick and do them. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and almost shred them like a cabbage. So I'm just going to take my knife to them, and I'm going to run it alongside it. I'm going to let it get a little bit cabbaged up, and then I'm going to throw it right into the pan alongside my carnitas. Okay, we're going to let all of this get a nice crisp sear to it. It's going to get nice and crunchy for us. And then we're going to mix in some egg, although I think Javier might want over easy. So we might end up making 2 variations. This might just end up being an egg scramble, or we're going to just layer it on top of our sandwich. We're going to do a fried egg or scrambled. For those of you that don't like it fried, we can do poached. We can do it however you want it. Your jam, yo jam. Okay? All right, so we're going to finish cutting these up real quick. So I'm thinking for myself, what I will end up doing is layering this on top of my homemade keto bread, which, by the way, only has 2.5 net carbs per slice. If you follow the directions I'm going to give you, not only is it only 5 ingredients, hi there, not only is it 5 ingredients, you're also going to be making it in your microwave in 90 seconds, okay? Hi, Mackenzie. She's here. Okay. All right. So we're going to finish this up. Bear with me, folks. But you know what? I'm here. And it's 1% better. And it's a heck of a lot better than my first live, for those of you that watched that bad boy. All right. So now, what you doing? Jackie, that's oh my Lord, my 5-year-old just got a hold of a habanero lollipop that I was saving for a friend of mine. So needless to say, he's learned his lesson on that, but that's why he shouldn't be grabbing my stuff. All right, so we'll let him handle that. I got my Brussels here. So like I said, we're essentially just going to be chopping these up almost like a cabbage. Let me help my viewers here and get my groove on. Girl, yes. Hey, Google, play Bad Bunny radio. I love how Whitney knows that I got to have these jams on and just get my groove on. Because guess what? Food is my love language, folks. And if food is not your love language, hey, Google, volume 4. Yeah? For those of you that don't have a Google, game changer. All right. So we're going to finish chopping this up. Like I told you, we're essentially turning this into a cabbage. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and chop this up, throw it in with our carnitas, and we're going to let this stuff just keep frying up. Okay, we want that nice crisp to it. And let me tell you, folks, Brussels sprout does not, for me at least, okay, be careful how you cook it. When I fry it up in this way, it doesn't get mushy. And that is exactly, thanks, Whitney. And that is exactly why I like it, because it is so versatile. When I feel like having something crunchy, big secret that I love is I will actually take my Brussels sprouts, right? And I will peel just the leaf off like this. I will drizzle it with some extra virgin olive oil, and I'll pop those bad boys into the oven for 350, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. It just depends on how crispy you like them. Mama likes them a little burnt, so a little extra for me. Okay, and then a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You can add your favorite seasonings, and bam, you got some nice, crispy, healthy, veggie-filled chips. So super, super good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish adding these real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and chop up our bell pepper. And then, folks, we're going to get working on that bread because I am super excited to show you that. Honestly, when I learned this recipe for the bread, it was a game changer because, like I said, I couldn't find those low-carb breads. And I just, you know, when you first start keto, for those of you that know and for those of you that don't know, you get cravings. It's almost like essentially a withdrawal from all the sugar that you've been eating. And it gets tough sometimes. So what I can tell you is this. If you're trying to go keto, don't limit yourself, all right? There is alternatives for everything that you want to eat. You name it, I got it. Ariana Grande up in the house. You name it, I got it. Challenge me. I want y'all to tell me what's something that you think you can't have on keto, and let me show you how to ketofy it because I am here for you. I want y'all to win. I want y'all to not feel the way that 135 pounds plus Anna felt. Right? So I'm here to help. All right? Your journey is my journey. So let's get you healthy. Let's get cooking and let's get this body fed. All right. So that is all my Brussels sprouts. So this is what you want it to look. Look at that big old pan. This is some family style cooking up in here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just stir this up. We're going to get that Brussels sprout down at the bottom. And I want y'all to look at that crunch right there. This is exactly what you want to see on your carnitas because that is going to be so flavorful. And the fat directly from the carnitas is going to cook all of this stuff up for you. So just trust it. We're going to be putting it on medium to low heat. Okay, and just letting this kind of cook down a little bit for us while we get this bell pepper cut. All right. So for those of you joining me, please, if I can ask you, hit a 1 for live and a 2 for the replay, and let me know where y'all are joining from. I would love to see how far my videos go and how many people I'm helping, because at the end of the day, y'all, that is what truly fills my cup, and that is my true mission. My mission in life is to help people find a better version of themselves, to help them not feel this way anymore. And if I can help at least one person, then guess what? I have lived a good life. So, all right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So we're just going to let this cook up. See? Getting it nice and mixed up in there. There you go, folks. Oh, my gosh. It smells so good. And while this is cooking down, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit it with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Now, for those of you that say this salt is expensive, I got this at the 99, y'all. And it works just fine. And it tastes just fine. So you don't need to be bougie, all right? You don't got to be fancy to get keto to happen. When I first started keto, I kid you not, the first store I would always hit before I hit anywhere else was the 99-cent store. For those of you that are telling me, oh, keto's too expensive, I suggest you head on over to your local 99-cent store. You get a list of yourself for basic keto things that you'd like to purchase. And I guarantee you that you will find all, if not close to all, of the items that you're looking for at the 99. Eggs, milk, pork rinds, cheese, pepperoni, salami, anything. Okay, when we first started, I kid you not, we could not afford to do expensive keto. We stuck to our budget and we just made it work. So for those of you, again, that are saying, I can't afford keto, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Head to the 99-cent store and get your groove on, all right? So now we got our bell pepper. We got that salt into the carnitas with the, what is it? Brussels sprout. Sorry, mom moment. I'm watching my kids over here in the corner. All right, so I got this bell pepper, and I love working with bell pepper. Bell pepper always gives our food a nice crunch because me personally, I do not like cooking it down so much. I like that nice crisp crunch. And it also adds a bit of sweetness depending on what kind of pepper you're using, whether it be yellow, green, red, orange, just depends. They all have a very different flavor. So we're going to go ahead and move this stuff over, moving all my trash. All right, and now that I see this has wilted down just a little bit, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of pepper because, come on, can't go wrong with that pepper. And I'm also going to be using my Jamaican jerk seasoning from Flavor God. Javier absolutely loves this flavor, and I can't blame him because it's one of my favorites. All right, and with Flavor God, they actually have no salt in their products, so you can be very liberal with your seasoning. Every time you see me cook, you're going to see me bust out one of these because they have so many good flavors, and I'm not sponsored, y'all, in case you want to tag them and say, hey, sponsor my girl. But I love it because you can be so liberal with the seasoning and really just amp up that flavor in your food without adding a crap load of salt, all right? So I got salt, pepper, Brussels sprouts, Flavor God, and some carnitas. Look at that crunch, y'all. Look at that. Oh, God, I wish you could smell this. It's going to be a party up in here. All right, now we got this bell pepper. We're just going to not necessarily finely chop it. I like my bell pepper a little bit more on the thicker side. Again, I just want that nice crisp crunch. I want that texture, the variety, and the flavor. Super, super yummy. And you know, folks, for those of you that say keto is hard for you, I'm going to tell you this. Stick to the basics. Sometimes I have folks tell me, well, you always cook the same thing. Not true. I do variations of things because at the end of the day, you got to find what works for you. For you. Not for me, not for Whitney, not for anybody else but you. Because your body is different from my body, is different from Whitney's body, is different from my husband's body. So you have to find what works for you, okay? So we're just adding our bell pepper here to our carnitas and Brussels sprout. I got this other half to go real quick. And then we're going to get cooking on that bread. I am super, super excited to share that with you folks. Here we go. I'm not going to lie, folks. I'm a little sore. I did another workout right now. And I mean, I feel great. Had my ketones, worked it on out, broke a good sweat again. I had a great time with a lovely little lady over here. But this girl is sore. We're going to feel it in the morning. Here's my thing with keto too. I hate cheese and I'm lactose, but I see keto is heavy on the cheese and that. No. All right. Thank you so much, Whitney, for bringing that up. So believe it or not, I love cheese, but I tend to stay away. Hi, Medieval. I got all my Derby babes here today. So believe it or not, I actually tend to stay away from cheese because I love cheese. Like I'm talking about your girl's going to grab the block of cheese and ha, ha, ha. But for me, cheese usually kicks me out of keto. And again, this is where I want you all to put your listening ears on and listen to me when I say that you don't have to do keto the way other people are showing you. Now, I have my keto carnivores, I have my keto vegans, I have my keto vegetarians, I have my ketos that are lacto, I have my ketos that are a variation of everything. Once again, whatever works for you, it works for you. It doesn't need to work for anyone else but you because you're the one that is on this journey, right? So what I would say for you, Whitney, is, one sec, folks. Yes, sir, it is. We're about to make the bread right now. All right. So what I would say for you, Whitney, is don't use cheese, girlfriend. What people don't understand is keto is a fat-based diet. Now, Most people assume that my plates look heavy on the meat, they look heavy on the butter, they look heavy on the dairy. At the end of the day, you still want to get healthier with your diet. So if we're sitting here trying to lose fat, we're not going to be adding a ton of fat to our food. That is one very common misconception with keto, is that you need to add a lot of fat to your food. But if you're trying to lose fat, why would you add more fat to that? Like this meal right here, I haven't added any fat to it. I'm letting the carnitas themselves not only provide the juice and the oil that we need to fry this bad boy up, I'm also letting it provide the fat that it already has. I wouldn't add anything else to this. That simple. Does that answer your question, Whitney? Let me know. If not, I explain. All right. Oh my God, guys, this smells so good. I cannot wait to eat this.
Yeah, Mom.
You too? I got an angry guy over here on the corner saying, hey, what's up? You almost done cooking? Okay, let's move on to our bread. Let me just wipe my board down real quick, folks. Bear with me 1 second. All right, and also, Whitney, I want to tell you, this is where your ketones come in. You're welcome, babe. This is where your ketones come in, okay? For those of you that say, well, wait, how am I going to get in ketosis? Yes, honey.
Papa watching?
Papa is not watching because Papa's at work. Right, Papa? Okay, so in regards to keto, sorry, I got a mama hit me up. All right. So in regards to keto, knowing that you're going to be on ketosis and all of the things, this is where my mom fuel, where's my mom fuel? I always have some here. This is where my mom fuel is going to come in handy, folks, because at the end of the day, your goal is to be in ketosis. So what happens, especially for those ladies out there, what happens when you get your period? Do y'all know what kinds of things kick you out of ketosis? Because it's not just the carbs. It's not. I've learned a lot of these things along the way. So for us women in particular, excuse me, man, I'm talking to the ladies real quick. Our period can kick us out of ketosis. Too much stress, because I mean, come on, who's not stressed right now, can kick you out of ketosis. Not enough sleep can kick you out of ketosis. Not enough water intake can kick you out of ketosis. It's kind of like, well, damn, when am I going to be in ketosis? But again, that's where my mom fuel comes in handy, because by drinking these bad boys, I'm in ketosis. After an hour of drinking these, I'm in ketosis. Now supplement that with my healthy diet, right? Because I do have people that are on keto and I have people that are not on keto drinking these bad boys. You're still in ketosis. The healthier you eat, the better it's going to work for you. Now you can't sit here and eat donuts and cake and pizza and fries and expect for it to work. It's not going to work for you, okay? So what I need you to do is just show up, give me 1% better every day. Shut up and drink these, all right? And I'm telling you right now, we'll get you there, okay? You got to trust the process. So I definitely encourage those of you that are scared to try keto, reach out to me. That's what the keto community is all about, folks, okay? We want to know what you need help with because we want you to feel the way we feel. You see this mama? She's amped up. I've been up since 3. I've had ketones once today, and I'm like, woo! So let's do it. All right, let's get this bread going. So the ingredients here that you're going to need for the bread are going to be almond flour, melted butter, baking powder, a pinch of salt, 1 egg, and a good shake of everything seasoning. Now, I'm super sad because I absolutely love everything bagel seasoning, and I happened to finish it before I jumped on. I finished it yesterday, so there's no seasoning today for that, but that's okay. We can still make our bread, okay? So when you guys go to make these breads, I'm just going to grab a container for it real quick. I probably should have thought of that beforehand. Apologies, folks. All right. I usually go for a square one just because I want almost like a sandwich kind of mold. Okay. So we're going to take our 3 tablespoons of almond flour. Okay, got my tablespoon measuring here. And you can find this big old bag of almond flour. Okay, for those of you that wonder what kind of flour we use on keto, you can find this big old bag of almond flour at Costco. That's where I get mine, okay? It's hit or miss, but for the most part, I usually find it there. All right, so we're quickly just going to take 3 tablespoons of almond butter. Don't judge me for my measuring, okay? I cook from the soul. So I don't, I measure for y'all folks, but usually I don't measure. I kind of Eye it. Okay. All right. So I have this. I'm going to melt my butter real quick because I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of butter. Yes, Lovey. And I usually have room temperature butter on hand just for anything that I'm going to be making. Okay. So for those of you that aren't keto yet or are attempting keto, and honestly, this recipe for bread, it's great even for those of you that are not on keto because you're reducing your carbs. So even if you're not keto, if you're trying to slowly but surely reduce your carbs, I guarantee you'll see some results there, okay? Because what ends up happening to those carbs that you love, they turn into sugar in your body. Your body burns them, but then that's why you have what we refer to as your midday crash, right? We eat sugar, we eat carbs, and we're kind of like, oh, food coma, and then we crash. That's your body running off sugar. When you start running off of fat, trust me, that's your body's natural state. Your body wants to run off of fat. You give it the fat it needs, it's going to burn the fat you got, okay? All right, turning that real quick. So I have my 3 of almond flour here. I'm going to get my butter melted real quick. I need my 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. Buy this at the 99 as well. For those of you that think this is expensive, not expensive. Got it at the 99. All right, so I'm going to do this is not my tablespoon, my teaspoon. I'm sorry, 1/2 teaspoon. Don't mind me, folks. We got a lot going on in the background here. All right, so 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I have my 3 tablespoons of almond flour in there. I got my melted butter. Careful when you take it out. It's going to be hot. Okay, and that's going to be 1 tablespoon. Let's stir this real quick. Ooh, it's hot. It's going to be 1 tablespoon of melted butter, okay? Again, don't judge me because we just measure from the heart here. All right, there we go. So we're going to get that in there. Sure, we're about to eat right now. Your stuff's about to be done in 2 seconds, okay? Really? All right. So I got my almond flour, melted butter, baking powder. I have my egg here. Just going to add an egg in there, okay? And then I'm going to get my pinch of salt. Where's my salt? There it is. All right, my pinch of salt. Sorry, folks, down here, not showing you. Woo, that was a lot of salt. Don't do what Anna just did. That was a lot of salt, but we're rolling with it. All right. And then we are just going to take a fork and whisk that all up, okay? So this is what it's going to look like. Look, I'm going to pull some of this salt out real quick, folks, because guess what? Nobody's perfect, but as long as you're trying, that's all we can ask, right? So I have my almond flour, I have my baking powder, my egg, my attempt at a pinch of salt, and my melted butter, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and start stirring this up in here and whisking it. So once you're done whisking this, you're going to go ahead and tap your container and make sure that you get all of these air bubbles out, okay? And I want to show y'all what this consistency is going to look like. You want it to look almost like a thicker pancake batter is what I would say. All right. So we just mix. Okay, we're almost there. We're just mixing. So for those of you that are trying to adapt a keto lifestyle, I'd encourage you to go look what your average carbs should be. It's actually a lot more than most of you think. If you have everything bagel seasoning, when would you add it? Before whisking? I would actually add it right before I bake it. Well, I microwave it because we're going to microwave it. I'm making you keto bread in the microwave. All right. So we're going to mix. Like I said, you want it to look almost like a thicker pancake batter or also like a cornbread consistency, I think is what my husband calls it. So we're going to mix real quick, and I want to show you. We're almost there. Okay, you want to make sure you don't have any clumps, anything like that of the sort. Okay, and look, it's going to be a little bit on the thicker side. You see how it's not just running off my fork? Okay, now if it's a little runny, probably means you need a little bit more almond flour. If it's too thick and it's not coming off your fork at all like that, add a little bit of water. It may be that you're using smaller eggs, I have found, or you were like me and added a little bit too much flour at times. Sorry. All right, so these look done. Look at that, you guys. Oh my God, I wish you could smell this. I'm throwing it your way. Throwing it your way, loves. Look at that. Yum, 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 yum. I think we will just top this with a fried egg because that looks bomb. All right. Yes, my love, I'm cooking your bread right now, and then I'm going to put the egg on top. Kids, I tell you. I know, honey. He acts like I haven't fed him. Like I didn't feed him a good meal already. All right, so there's our batter in our plate or in our container. You definitely want to use a microwave safe plate, and I highly encourage you to use glass. The 2 times that I made it in a plastic Tupperware container, it stuck and it was hard and it didn't come out. When it did come out, it was in chunks. So stick to the glass, okay? And I don't think you're supposed to be microwaving plastic containers anyways. My husband kind of yells at me when I do. All right, so we're gonna sorry, honey. We're gonna go ahead and just tap out any air bubbles that we have. Okay, there you go. And we're gonna pop this bad boy in the microwave for 90 seconds. That's it, folks. 90 seconds, and you're about to have keto bread. You ready? 90 seconds. In the meantime, we're gonna fry up an egg real quick. Yes, honey. You don't have to have keto bread if you don't want it. Can I have sourdough? Yeah, you can have sourdough. No problem. Well, I guess more bread for us, huh, folks? All right. Here, because I'm going to be frying up an egg. Give me 1 second, honey, please. Here, because I am going to be frying my egg up, you can either use a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil. I usually go with butter just because I like how butter tastes. But that's just my personal preference. You can use whatever you have on hand. Okay. So the butter that I have here melted, I hope y'all can see that. It's kind of separating. So you want to make sure that when you're going to go ahead and pour it, you're just going to remix that bad boy real quick just to kick all that up. All the goodness, as I like to say. And I'm just kind of going to give it a little, that's going to be about a 1/4 tablespoon, okay? I'm going to add that. Let me turn the pan on. That would probably help. All right. We're going to get this to about a medium heat. We're going to go ahead and add our butter. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and let that get nice and hot for us, and then we're going to pop our egg right on there. All right? So for those of you that think my kids eat a fully keto diet, they do not. My kids are kids, and we don't really force anything like that on them. So we always encourage them to ask for what they want to eat, and that's exactly why I'm about to make some sourdough bread for this baby. Okay, and I mean, even myself, again, that's where my mom fuel comes in for y'all that are wondering why I eat bread still sometimes, is because I have my ketones. And even if I have some bread right now, guess what? When I have my PM ketones, it's going to kick me right back into ketosis. I don't have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to go into nutritional ketosis. So if that's not biohacking, folks, I'm moving to your new kitchen, much more room. Oh, yes, girl. Whitney saw my old house. I had no kitchen, folks. It was bad. I cooked on the kitchen table most of the time. That's how bad it was, okay? So we're popping his bread on there. This is getting nice and bubbly. Butter does not do well with high heat, so you always want to make sure that you have a medium to low heat for it. If it starts browning too much, it'll get a really like a nasty burnt flavor, so you definitely don't want that, okay? So I just went ahead and spread that around. I'm going to go ahead and pop this egg in here real quick to fry it up for this baby. Okay. Our bread's done. Are y'all ready? Are y'all excited? Ooh, time. Look at that. See it? Now, Whitney was asking earlier if I would have had the everything bagel seasoning, when would I have added this? I would have added it right on top of the batter after I mixed it before I popped it in the microwave, okay? So we're going to move this butter before I spill because I'm a little clumsy. Okay, so there you go, folks. So you can see that egg on this side. So this egg is already, you see that? That's the kind of buttering you want to your pan. You don't want your egg to stick on you. You want to be able to do this with your egg, and I'm going to show you why in a sec, okay? Holly, would you like a little bit of ghost seasoning on your egg? Or Jamaican? Jamaican. Make crazy. All right, where did I put it? Uh-oh. Here we go. All right, he wants a little Jamaican on there. I'm telling you, this baby loves him some Flavor God. He could eat it with everything if I let him. See? Yes. I got a yes. All right. So, added a little bit of that Flavor God. Once again, we want that egg to be able to move around for us, and this is why. For those of you that can't do this, grab your spatula. It's all good. It took me a couple years to learn this, but I love impressing my kids with this because the first time I did it, I felt like a rock star. Ready? Whoop. I want to be able to flip that bad boy. If you can't flip it like this, even with your spatula, you either need a little bit more butter or you need some new pans, okay? So let's put that bad boy right back on the heat. We're not going to let it go too long. So this is what I mean when I say you definitely want to do this on a glass container, because all I'm going to do here, can you see me? There you go. I'm just going to pull at the sides, and the sides should come up very easily for you, okay? I let this sit for a second because it's hot. It's really hot. Glass, 90 seconds, it gets hot. Uh-oh. We lost our connection. There you are. Woo! Lost you for a second. All right. So pulling at the edges, okay? And then it should just pop out of a corner. Like, did y'all see how easy that was for me? It's a slice of bread. Look at that. Boop, boop. Okay, so I'm going to put this off to the side because I'm about to fry it in a little bit of that butter that I have right here. But I need to take my egg out first. So here's my baby's sourdough bread. Okay, let me grab a plate for him. Let me get this off the heat real quick.
I'm so excited.
You're so excited, my love?
I'm hungry.
Oh, my baby. Look how my child acts like I haven't fed him today.
Oh, hungry.
Uh-oh, I can't reach those plates.
You're so short.
He always has the short jokes, y'all. Always. He gets it from his papa.
You're smaller than a pencil.
All right, so I have my bread here for baby boy. Okay. I'm going to take my Carnitas, Brussels sprouts, and bell pepper mix. And I'm just going to pile it right here, folks. Like, it's that simple. And I mean, again, honestly, this mama could do without the bread because this is so filling. It is really that filling. The fat from the carnitas, the fiber from the veggies. It's, I mean, y'all, it's bomb. I have not forced a full-on keto diet on my children, but when I tell you, especially Javier loves what I cook when it comes to keto, I mean, you want some? He's crying for it. I mean, come on, y'all. I can't fake that. I can't. You know, and I love it. I love being able to feed my kids food that I know not only nourishes their bodies, it nourishes their mind. Because studies have shown that a diet lacking in fat, people tend to have issues with memory, cognition issues. It's pretty mind-blowing. All right. So I'm going to take my egg here. I'm going to plop that bad boy right on there. Yes, honey, it's coming. Hear that? And there you go. That's his plate. Bam. Mm-mm-mm. We're about to make ours now, okay? So, be right back. Going to serve this over. Here you go, my love. Yes. All right. What do you need? Fork and ketchup? I got it. All right. So, our bread is going to go into the same pan where our egg was, okay? Because we're just going to give it a nice little fry. Damn it, girl, marry me. Hey, babe. Look, I like my little... He's all happy because I just handed him his food. All right, so we're going to put this bread right on here. What do you need, my love? You have a fork? There you go, sir.
I need a forky bun.
Come here, wait, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Come here.
Yes.
Come here, come here, come here. Tell me.
Yes.
Tell the beautiful people here.
Yes.
Do you like eating keto?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's food.
Because why?
Because it's food.
Is it good food?
Yes.
Is it tasty food? Come here so they can see you. Don't hide. It's my little shy one. Is it tasty food?
Mom, thank you for putting out.
Is it tasty food?
Yes.
Do you like the food I cook better now or before?
I'm not picky, so I like.
He's not picky, folks. He likes it. Don't listen to him. He loves
I
it.
don't like this onion.
Onion.
He eats so much onion now and doesn't even know it.
Wait, what happened? Oh yeah.
All right. So here we go. So we have our bread just slightly toasting on our pan, and that's a personal preference. I tried to pop it in the toaster, kind of dried it out. So I found that putting it on the actual pan with a little bit of butter, like you saw, it was just the residual butter from the egg. It works just fine. So we're gonna leave this alone in here. We got those carnitas going. Kylie, would you like keto bread or regular bread? What do you want? Either way.
What?
Regular bread. All right, we got another one with regular bread.
My headphones are on. What?
Nothing, Papa. I was talking to Kylie behind you. All right, so I guess I'm the only one eating keto bread today. More for me, folks. More for me. All right. So I'm going to just finish lightly toasting that bad boy up. So as you can see, it's getting a nice little brown to it. Okay. And that's good for me. So I'm actually going to pop it right back into my container because I'm going to end up eating this almost like a bowl kind of thing. But that's just, again, my personal preference. To each their own. Whatever you folks want to do is what you do.
Oh, no.
What'd I tell you? I spilt it. I spilt my butter. But that's exactly why I always keep room temperature butter on hand. So I'm just going to take a little bit less than that. There you go. You hear that nice little sizzle? Okay. Kylie, you want scrambled eggs or over easy? Scramble, the girl after my own heart. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what it is about that egg yolk, but it's a very rare instance that I will eat it for you. Okay, so we're going to make a quick scramble then for her and for myself. And then I got to clean up that butter before I slip. I better clean it. Don't want to slip. All right, got that going. Okay, we're going to add 2 more eggs. So I'm actually going to make her eggs first, and then I'm going to pop mine on here real quick, okay? So just a quick little scramble, nice and easy. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Let's just, oh, my husband took the top off that. That's why we had a lot of salt earlier. Okay, so we're just going to kind of pray that not a ton comes out. We're going to be switching this container, that's for sure. All right, just quick that. And then a little touch of pepper, because who doesn't want more pepper in their life? I do. All right. We're going to finish scrambling these bad boys up real quick. Look at that. Boop, boop. And that's it, folks. I'm going to go ahead and top it up on top of my bread. You know, I'm actually going to use these for myself real quick just to be able to finish showing you the plating. And then I'm going to let y'all go. And I hope you really enjoyed joining me for Cooking It Keto and learning some new tips and tricks. All right, so we're going to let that cook up real quick. Almost done there. In the meantime, I'm going to pile high on my Carnitas Brussels sprout and bell pepper mix here. So I'm putting it right into the same bowl that I made my bread in. I'm going to just go ahead and put it right on in there. Okay. There you go. Bam. I hope y'all can see that because, oi. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just get these eggs finished up. I'm going to drizzle this bad boy with a crap load of sriracha because who doesn't like them some sriracha? But again, to each their own. Whatever you folks want to top it with, go for it. Okay, I'm just going to plop these eggs right on here. My mouth is watering, y'all. It's so good.
It is good.
It's good? Doesn't like it, huh? All right.
Mom, thanks for putting onion in this.
For putting onion in it? You're welcome. Can't even taste it, right? Told you. He eats so much onion, he doesn't even realize it, folks. I love it. All right. Get this butter going. Make 2 more eggs in here, and we're going to get Kylie's going. But that is it, y'all. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for letting me talk to you folks about food and all things keto and my mom fuel. For those of you that are interested and want to get in on this, you see those 2 boxes there? I'm going to be unpacking those today for all of my trial pack people and sending them out. I will be having 10 more trial packs for sale. So for those of you interested, slide on into my DMs. Let's get you started. All right, here we go. Ready to see this? I'm going to try not to drop it. But y'all know I just dropped the butter, so I make no promises. Look at that. For those of you that say keto, whoops, I'm dropping. For those of you that say keto is not yummy, for those of you that say keto is restrictive, try me. Oh, God. That is delicious, folks. All right, people. I love you all. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday. I love you all. Uh-oh. There we are.
Like, I almost feel like